Tonight, News 15 investigates next of kin confusion in Louisiana. This mother claims a Louisiana coroner did not do enough to find family after her son died. And as we uncovered, she is not alone.
Caleb was a type of person that he was a hard worker. He liked to make people laugh, and he liked to help people.
Caleb Rowell's early life looked like any other's. Birthday parties, hobbies like martial arts, dirt bikes, music, and learning to drive. But like so many others, life for Caleb later took a wrong turn.
He had the problem with the alcohol and drugs.
In the summer of 2023, Caleb was living in Baton Rouge and still struggling. Back in Church Point, Caleb's mother, Janet Bonnet, says she last spoke to her son in August of that year.
When I had heard that he was going back into rehab, it wasn't a big deal to not hear from him for a little while because they take everything, and especially if he's in a good place or a better place, I didn't expect to hear.
But as the months went by, Janet says she had a gut feeling something was wrong. In April, 8 months after she last spoke to her son, she made a phone call to Baton Rouge police that changed her life forever.
They cut me off and said, hold on, and then they got back on and said, we're going to have someone call you back. So I knew something was wrong.
On September 20th, 2023, a man was found dead on the sidewalk outside the Baton Rouge bus station. He wasn't carrying any ID. The coroner ruled the man's cause of death accidental, blaming it on mixed drug toxicity. And using fingerprints, detectives were able to identify the body within hours. The man was Caleb Rowell. He was 38 years old.
No one from the coroner's office called me, and one person from the police department tried to call me with no message left.
When it comes to notifying next of kin, state law only says coroners shall make every reasonable effort. News 15 Investigates filed a public records request with the East Baton Rouge coroner asking for records of any attempts to contact Caleb's family. The coroner's office denied the request, but we did obtain a copy of the Baton Rouge Police Incident Report. It says that for several days and weeks, detectives and coroner's office investigators were unsuccessful at contacting next of kin, and it notes there were no return calls. In November 2023, 2 months after Caleb Rowell was found dead, his body was cremated and his ashes were spread here in the pauper area of this Baton Rouge cemetery. Remember, that was months before his mother even found out he was dead. We've learned this family's story is not isolated, and some are calling for policies and even state laws to change. News 15 Investigates uncovered different coroners have different policies about notifying next of kin and dealing with unclaimed bodies. We filed public records requests with coroners around the state. In Lafayette, the coroner's office provided policies that even allow for cremated, unclaimed remains to be stored on site for up to 2 years. But others just pointed us to that state law on notifying next of kin, requiring coroners to make every reasonable effort. And in East Baton Rouge Parish, again, where Caleb died, the coroner's office could not provide any records of policies to notify next of kin.
I don't know, man, it's a roller coaster. You know, it's like my moods change, my ideals change. It's I can't accept his death.
And with no urn or grave to visit, she clings to memories of her son, but also a drive to make a difference in Caleb's name.
We got to get this law changed. I'll do anything. I'll go anywhere. Can't let this happen to another family. And Caleb was an incredible individual. He really was. He had his issues, as we do all, but he was so loving. He was so fantastic, and I miss him really bad.
News 15 Investigates did uncover there is a free federal program that might be able to help out in cases like this. It's called the National Missing and Unidentified Persons System, or NamUs. It's a public database of missing and unclaimed people. Some states mandate that coroners and law enforcement post to it, but Louisiana is not one of them. And Janet is hoping to change that. We'll keep you posted on her efforts.